Hello, everybody. I am here today with Melanie Ake of Everyday Leaders, and she is one of our sponsors this year for Power and Purpose Conference and our keynote speaker for the event coming up on August 23rd. So if you don't have your tickets, please go to nowib.com and grab snag your tickets for the day. If you're already a member of NOWIB, make sure you're logged in so you get that discounted price. Non-members, your tickets are available too. They're $65. And then we have Lauren Harlan doing headshots that day as well. So if you're interested in getting an updated headshot for 25 bucks, which I think is so cheap, you can do that day as well. We'll just get that scheduled in and get that information over to Lauren. So Melanie, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you're going to be our keynote speaker for the event. And would you want to just kind of give everybody, a little bit of background on who you are, kind of what you do, and we'll get into the whys and stuff like that in a little bit.
Well, first of all, thank you. It has been such an honor to be a part of this group. Last year on my 55th birthday, I joined NOWIB. Deb Hallberg had been a member for a long time and said, hey, you need to know this group. And it has really just changed everything about my business, about my relationships, just about seeing the possibilities, because other women have so much courage in this group to do the hard things, and we get to do it together. So it's been so much fun just to be a part of NOWIB, and the connections that I've made have just changed my life. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You're so welcome. We're so excited to have you. So.
It's awesome. But I spent 25 plus years in corporate America. And so I didn't really think about the opportunities to get involved with women community groups. It wasn't that I didn't think it was important. My focus, my environment was different. I was on a plane 8 days a week. I was doing training. My customers were more in hospitals. I was working with research doctors on how to change technology and how to save lives through medicine. And I traveled doing that. So I was in Europe a lot, and I lost touch with my community. But something that happened, in my career was at 50, I had started to learn about my own personal development, and was so important that I started to recognize that I was trying to strive for, sorry to say this, but men with the glass ceiling in corporate were not allowing me to really reach and thrive, and were very jealous of my natural capacity to be a leader and build community. And so I had started my leadership podcast, had joined the John Maxwell team, and started getting really clear about my life. And then I got eliminated at 50. You talk about a slap in the face, when I knew I was really successful in what I did and gave so much time, and I felt just like a victim, right? I hadn't ever gone through a bad marriage or have experiences that had led me to think that I wasn't enough. I was so angry at the process of what corporate America made me feel like. And so I didn't want that to trigger me ever again. And so I just kept leaning into leadership and started my company, and now I help companies and individuals that see a strategy that they want to achieve. And I can really help them put those principles in place that I did for all those years, changing the medical device space, to helping them change their lives if they see the vision they want to create. That's what's been so fun. And getting back involved in the community, Joy. Now I call my community my sales teams, my force that I was training. Now it is really developing community, and NOWIB has been such a big part of that for me.
Well, good. Like I said, we're so glad to have you, and you are not the first woman. We're almost the same age. And you're not the first woman I've heard have that same story, where we get to a certain age and they're like, bye, see ya.
You don't think it's going to happen though. You're like, oh, you hear those stories, but it won't happen to me because I'm safe, I'm secure, I'm working harder, I am smarter, I can look for these pitfalls. I've heard these stories, so I know what to expect. But it was, you saw it coming, and then it happens, and you're like, I can't believe that
happened. You're like, I didn't see that coming. I
No.
didn't see that coming. And it's unfortunate, but like I said, you're not the first woman I've ever talked to that I know that has had that exact same sort of situation happen to them. So
I mean, it happens to men too. When I have been after the anger, right? After I settled down and I realized that men do experience it too. But they're more aggressive because in our culture, right, they're designed so that they have more connections at that
Mhm.
level so that they can really kind of go to that next phase, and they can pivot faster into other corporations because they've maybe had different titles. So they've had more experience leading. And yet women, without organizations like NOWIB to give you the confidence to know that what you're doing matters, it changes the game, right? Women need organizations that they can lean on, even if they're working in corporate
Mhm.
America. They need
Yep.
organizations like NOAA to say, yeah, but we're all normalized. Like we all can give and we can all give to community and we can all still be very productive at work.
Yep. Yep. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you're going to be our keynote speaker. I'm so excited.
I am too.
Just because I've seen you speak before, so I know how fabulous it is, right? So I'm super excited. I promise Melanie is not going to bore you to death. She's going to keep things interesting. I know she's got some interactive things planned, so she's going to make you think and use your brain for the day. So you want to talk a little bit about what your keynote's going to be about and maybe what some of these ladies might want to have, kind of at the forefront of their mind for the day.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have been trained through COVID. I received a certification through the Y Institute. And so I really wanted to bring the awareness of people. We've taken DISC, Enneagram, Strength Finders, all of these. The why is something that's a little bit different, but I think if you just start to recognize how you show up in the world. So if you've had the DISC training, that really defines the how of the why. So there's a complex formula that you put together, but we're really going to start to study like how we react and what triggers us and how to use those to be really successful and thrive in everything that we do for purpose. So I don't want to give too much away, but we are going to be interactive. So all of the women in that group, we're comfortable clothes because we're going to have fun and you're going to be able to take these principles with you to use them, to test them on everybody in your life. So you will start looking at your relationships, your work, how you get involved in community in a whole different way.
Oh, that's exciting. I can't wait to dive into that a little bit more. That's going to be fun and entertaining for the
It
day.
is.
Yeah. And you are slotted right before lunch. So you're going to finish up and we're going to be able to go to lunch and women are going to be able to kind of think about what you said and kind of work on that while they're listening to some other people, during because we're going to do an active panel during lunch too. So it's going to be just a great day. We have a great day planned. So can you tell us a little bit about how we find you, what all you got going on? Because I know there's a lot, there's more than one thing with you. There are so many cool things you have going on. So I want everybody to know where they can find you. And if they want to become a part of some of the things that you have going on, I want them to be able to do that.
Oh, thank you. So if you go to my website, really that is the key, everydayleaders.com. And that will take you to my Facebook group. It will take you to Instagram, LinkedIn, and you can follow the things that I'm passionate about. I really talk about different things on different platforms. However, the things that I really love is building community. And so I'm a part of NOWIB. I've been so busy with a school program this last year that we have been doing every single day. And you can learn about that online too. But I lead a women's group, another women's networking group, the first Wednesday of every month. And you can find that on my website. It's called Top Floor Women. And we need speakers. And we have people coming from NOAA that are speaking with us on our calendar. And it's a great way. There's no cost to it. It is just about networking and education. So I'd love for you to be involved, and you're always invited to come. It's the first Wednesday of every month. And then so many other things. My husband is in production. We do production work for commercial and personal video testimonials and help you start telling your story. And then I do a lot of coaching for businesses, strategic planning, and really helping you craft where you want to go. A lot of us say coaches do that, but I've had a lot of experience. My why is challenge. You're going to learn about that at the conference, but why that drives me to really challenge people to do things outside of their comfort zone. And I'm comfortable doing it. So it makes me thrive to challenge you to be everything that you can be. And there are so many other things that you know, if you're in the spiritual growth mode, I've been leading a spiritual devotional around leadership every single day since October 1st, 2019. So every single morning at 7:30, you can get on my website. You can find that on the first page. You can just click on Zoom and you can find us. You can join for 30 minutes. And we just focus on a scripture a day, and we have spiritual growth. So again, building community consistently, everyday leaders is about making impact every single day. So join us, and you're welcome to do anything you'd like to just experience it. Or hopefully I'll see you at one of the NOWIB lunches.
That's awesome. Thank you, Melanie. I can't wait for August 23rd to dive into that and do my why with you and figure that out a little bit more. I've been going through a lot of that kind of stuff myself, you know, the last few years. I don't know, is that something that women do when they hit like 50? Like you're like, let's dive into self and why self does this and that. And, you know, I don't know. It happened for me around that age too. So it'll be interesting to see all of that come to fruition and what all we dive into and how that all works out for everybody. Super excited. And yeah, everybody get your tickets. Thank you, Melanie, for your time today. I appreciate it. You will see Melanie obviously the day of Power and Purpose. She'll be around. You can pick her brain, ask her questions, and get to know her a little bit better and how lovely and wonderful she is. So thank you so much for being here, Melanie. And let's go ahead and